Amite, Louisiana, in Tangipahoa Parish was my childhood hometown. And I remember some very happy years growing up in Amite, Louisiana. I remember strong leaders and pioneers like uh, Reverend Dr. Willard Vernon, my grandfather Jasper Harrell, his wife Josephine Richardson Harrell. There were so many other pioneers that made up the black community in Amite, Louisiana. I remember seeing a community that was very tight knit. There was a closeness there in Amite, Louisiana, among the African Americans in the community. Strong leaders like Mr. Reginald Cotton, one of the educators that many of us cannot forget. The black educators, we had some of the finest teachers there. The black farmers, when I think about the black farmers, I think about my great uncle Palmer Harrell, who taught me the farming skills that I have today. So I'm ever so grateful for what I have learned from those great men and women that I choose not to forget. And so when I think about honoring Black History Month, I cannot honor Black History Month without remembering those African American families and pioneers that helped shape my life to be where it is today. And I remember Amite, Louisiana being a strong community of love and support, and people would come together to take care of each other. And when I look around Amite, Louisiana now, I often wonder what happened and how did we lose the legacy that many of these unsung heroes and sheroes taught us. And I just would like to see that we somehow recapture those lifelong lessons that they taught to us. And that's what I remember about Amite, Louisiana. Many of the pioneers that I'm talking about in this documentary, they are the direct descendants of former enslaved Africans in St. Helena and Tangipahoa Parish. So these pioneers knew what it meant to get an education and why their education was important. And when Dr. Percy Walker became the first black veterinarian, that was a sign of hope for many of the young people that was looking to him as a role model. When he became the first black veterinarian, many of the pioneers said, you know what, I could become a doctor, I could become an attorney, I could become an astronaut, whatever it is that their goal, they set their goals out to become, they can become that because Dr. Walker had left that example. Become a veterinarian.
He loved animals. He grew up on a farm, and there was not one in the area who was certified as a license, so to speak, to take care of animals. And that's why, I guess that's why he chose it.
Where did he grow up at?
East of Kentwood.
What was it like for him being the first black veterinarian in the area during that time?
Do you really want to know?
Yeah.
Well, I remember one incident. He went on call. That's what we said when he had to go to animals. He went on call, and this elderly white couple had a cow that needed his attention. And this man came out and hollered and told his wife that there was a black man out here said he was going to help her cow. And she said, I don't care what color he is, just get my cow well. And they ended up being one of the better customers that we had. But little incidents like that, just laugh it off and keep going. But eventually, the dairy farmers came around, and he worked until about a month before he died.
Did he come from a large family?
I think there were about 5 or 6 of them. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it wasn't not large in the sense that we think of, but I think there were 6 of them.
Now, what pride did the black community take when they knew that Dr. Walker, there was a black veterinarian? I mean, they had to do something for the community.
It did for some people.
Really?
And for some people, it didn't mean anything because they were not used to having a veterinarian. You know, they always thought of medical doctors, not animal doctors, you see. And people who had animals really appreciated it, I think, they showed it more than others who did not have animals.
Ms. Walker, do you think that the young people in Tangipahoa Parish, especially Amite, do not know about the unsung heroes that is right here in Tangipahoa Parish.
Yes, they do not know. It's, well, we stopped having Black history in the schools, and I think that had some bearing on it. And then we just moved to a society where history doesn't mean anything, unless it's something that happens in Washington, D.C., or, political stuff.
So if I
Because
took the cameras to the street and I walked the street and asked the young people, hey, could you please tell me who Dr. Percy Walker was?
I doubt they would know it, because most of the young people in the street now are like third generation of people in the area, and they just don't know. No one talks about it. And it's not that you may find some of them interested, but it just, no one has talked about it. That's the way we do history. We just,
How can we change that?
I really don't know. We've gotten, in schools, we've gotten to test passing, and kids are more interested in, do I pass the ACT tests, or that type thing. And then elderly people are not talking to their children and children's children, because some of them who might know something are in a nursing home. They're not around their families to tell it. Like when I grew up, like Faraday and our grandparents were at home, and they would tell us who Uncle so-and-so was, or who Aunt so-and-so was, and what they did, and that type of thing. But you don't have too many people doing that now.
So the family history is sort of watered down a little bit.
Yes, or not given at all. They just, I think we have gotten to the point where it's today. Whatever happens today is important. What happened yesterday is gone, and it's not really fair. The only time that I have ever been conscious of someone passing on history, if they had a health problem and they need to know information about the family health, history. But other than that, we don't know.
You come from a very rich history yourself.
Yes.
You were one of the granddaughters of Free Bob.
Yes. Yes.
Too many people don't know about him.
I know. It's just, we just don't pass it on. That's all. Take it for granted.